Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online and your most favorite lizard person on the internet. I'm here today to entertain you, of course, like I always do. Nice to see you back on the channel. I hope you have a really good time and I hope you are feeling good and you're still healthy and everything's fine on your life and yeah, welcome back. We are still in Stoneport. We went back to Devon's Watch to get clear of our inventory a bit. I bought like a bit more space for the inventory, so that now we are a bit, yeah, less often forced to clear out everything. And while we went back, we got a message from the Prophet again that appeared in front of us and told us we should go back to the Harborage and maybe we find a way to save Sahan finally. That we had a vision of last time. My feet are a bit not long enough to reach the ground and my tail sticks through the bench. That's interesting. Okay, so I would say we find the Prophet and take a look what he has to tell us today. I mean, seems like he found something in his meditations. He wanted to meditate about if he can find a way to find out where Sahan is. Maybe he was having a bit of a vision or something. I mean, he's a prophet after all, so you would expect something, right? So, let's see. Back to the Harborage it is. I think still we are faster with walking than with riding, but okay. I don't want to judge, we just walk. The Harborage. Here we are again. Really funny how much of Daedric ruins you find here all the time. By the way, in every pact, or like I play pact in the Covenant or in the Dominion, whoever you choose in the beginning, the Harborage looks slightly different. What I think is kind of cool because this one is kind of one of the most ugliest. I don't really like Daedric ruins that much, but the other two are kind of beautiful caves in the ground. So let's see. Hey, Prophet. What are you up to, Lewis?
My father taught me this song. Pretty, isn't it? I guess I'm feeling a little homesick.
Poor girl. This book. Chronicles of the Five Companions. My name is Lewis of Skyrim, called Titanborn by some. I am committing these words to paper on behalf of my friend and ally, a man history will remember only as the Prophet. It was through his profound insight and his study of the Elder Scrolls that we came to understand the dire nature of the threat that now endangers all of Tamriel. Let it be known by those who read these words that the Soul Burst, the event that took place in the 579th year of the Second Era, was due to the treachery of a single elf, the Altmeri necromancer Manimako, the king of worms and the servant of the most vile of all the Daedric princes, the god of schemes and lord of brutality, Monarch Baal. In years past, Manimako served as chief advisor to the court of Emperor Varon Aquilarius. Originally a Duke of Corel, Varon became Emperor of Tamriel by right of conquest, while with Manimako's council, Varon led a revolt against the previous dynasty, the savage regime of Reachmen known as the Longhouse Emperors. Yet, despite his conquest and victory, Varon was not to be a true emperor. Like the former Emperor Leovic, the blood of the dragons didn't flow through Varon's veins. He was unable to light the dragon fires in the Temple of the One, as a true emperor must, by tradition. So Manimako even led him to get the throne, to kill the former emperor? That was also Manimako's doing? Wow. He came a long way. The The dragon fires have remained unlit for generations. This is because the Amulet of Kings, a relic of the divines gifted unto Saint Alessia by Akatosh, was lost in the centuries following the fall of the Roman dynasty. Only this relic, traditionally worn by imperial emperors of the First Era, would allow a true-blooded ruler to spark the dragon fires anew. At Manimarco's urging, Baron formed a group of companions to join him on an epic quest to locate this relic. These companions included myself, the Red Guard Swordmaster Sahan, Grand Chancellor Abno Town, and Manimarco himself. For years we scoured the face of Tamriel, following countless leads until we finally managed to locate it. When we returned to the Imperial City, Manimarco played upon Baron's insecurities and convinced him that the coronation ritual, properly modified, could not only light the dragon fires, but persuade Akatosh to invest him with divine innate agency and gift him with the blood of the dragon. It was only after the coronation ritual was attempted that we learned the extent of Manimarco's deception. Though it was a really long plan of Manimarco to get to that point. He took a long time to finalize this. At least he's kind of patient, I guess. The King of Worms used his magic to corrupt the power of the amulet, causing the calamity which came to be known as the Soul Burst. I remember very little of the actual event, only that the chaos that followed was immediate and devastating. Baron was consumed by the fiery wrath of the Soul Burst. Sahan and I were unjustly implicated in his death, made all the more suspicious because Sai fled as soon as he recovered, taking the Amulet of Kings with him. Grand Chancellor Sahan was an opportunist and immediately cast his lot with Manimarco. The prophet story is one of mystery. He appeared one day on the steps of an abbey of the moth priests in Cyrodiil. They took him in and fed him, thinking he was nothing more than a vagabond. They were shocked when they found him in the libraries that night, poring over the eldritch etchings of an Elder Scroll. Only the moth priests themselves had the ability to read the scrolls, and they saw his arrival as a prophetic sign from the divines. As they do all who read them, the Elder Scrolls eventually took the prophet's eyesight, leaving him permanently blinded, and yet he continued to study them in his mind's eye, and eventually foresaw the great and terrible threat that we are now faced with. Word of his prophecy spread far and wide, eventually reaching the Imperial City and the ears of Manimarco. The King of Worms immediately arrested the prophet for rumor-mongering and treason, and had the abbey and all of its contents burned to the ground. The catastrophe that the prophet predicted began to take shape almost immediately. Vast swaths of the empire were consumed by Daedric fire, and the first dark anchor fell upon the land. Moloch Bolt's invasion of our world had begun, made possible by Manimarco's betrayal. So that's the background story we're facing here.
God, you are safe. Good fortune did not abandon us entirely.
Is something wrong, Prophet?
Despite many days of meditating and scrying, Sahan's whereabouts still elude me. The projection that you witnessed in the Foundry of Woe showed him to be in great peril. If we are to find him, I will need your help, Vestige.
What can I do to help?
Though Sai remains hidden from my sight, Lyris brings news that an agent of the enemy lurks in Davon's Watch. Fear is on the lips of the people. Darkness walks among them. Even a blind man can sense it. It is the hand of Manimarco.
How can that help us?
If it is truly an agent of Manimarco's worm cult, it may provide us with a clue that will hasten our search. Seek this agent, but tread carefully. The worm cult is a cult of necromancy, and the undead are fearsome opponents.
How can I find this agent?
Venture to Davon's Watch. Speak to Fedwira Lauren at the market, or Okia the beggar. Lyris first heard murmurs of trouble lurking in the shadows from them. Locate this agent of evil. Return with any personal effects they carry with them.
I'll find something and return. Okie doke, I guess.
My father taught me this song.
That we already know. Okay, so let's go back to Davon's Watch and see what's lurking in the shadows there. I like lurking in the shadows, personally. I guess it's not that much of a good thing to do, but I kinda like lurking in the shadows. I'm a lizard after all. After I got my potion of sun on the stone, then I retreat to the shadows. So let's head to Devil's Watch then. On our incredibly fast mount. Oh, we are so fast. I can't keep up with the speed. It's amazing, incredible. How can we be so fast? Is it even allowed to ride that fast? Or do we get into some kind of trouble? Is there kind of a police that tells you how fast you can go on a map? I hope not, because otherwise we have a big problem coming. Okay, we are supposed to talk to people. Oops. To talk to some people to find out what's going on. First person is there. Viduira Laren. Who comes up with these names every time?
Since the war began, the market has never been busier.
Have you noticed anyone strange lurking about?
Let me think. Ah, yes. Imperial fellow. Tall, brusque, rather boorish. He pushed me while I was haggling at the market. Scurried off toward the east end of town when I tried to have words with him. Typical.
So, just pushing around people and then disappearing. That's really typical. You're fortunate. He's a dangerous criminal that prowls upon attractive ladies like yourself.
You're very sweet to say that. He scurried off in the direction of the stables, if that's any help to you. And he was with another man. Deathly pale with deep-set eyes. He gave me the chills, that one did.
Okay. Pale with deep-set eyes. Interesting description. But does it make you suspicious just because you're pale? I hope not. I'm mostly kind of pale. Am I suspicious? I really hope not. I'm not a criminal, I promise. And I'm not stabbing people to get their souls. Promise. Hey, Oki.
I wasn't going to ask you for coin. I'm no beggar. I prefer to sleep out here where it's warm.
Is it inside not warm? Have you noticed anything strange in town?
Come to think of it, there was some out-of-towner mucking about in the abandoned stable last night. I didn't pry. None of my business. Also, he was armed. I'm no fool.
No, you're a coward to let dangerous criminal go free. I must report this to the town watch.
See here, I had no idea the man was wanted by the authorities. He didn't... Wait, I remember now. He was with another man, gaunt and pale as a ghost. They opened a storm cellar door near the stables. Do you think they were burgling the place?
Or maybe worse than that. Let's see. This is the stables, okay. Enter the cellar. Abandoned cellars. I mean, this looks kinda dark. A dagger, a skull, and candles. That looks really dark. Let's see what's going on in these cellars. The worms retreat. Manimako was expelled from a psychic order when Vanus Galarian discovered he was conducting forbidden experiments with necromancy. Aye. Good thing I'm not a necromancer. This looks like a trap. Skeleton warrior. Excuse me. No time for sleeping here. Okay, so we definitely have a necromancer here. Is this the reason why we have a skeleton standing, lying around there to tell us, hey, be careful, necromancer ahead. Okay, they dug into this. You're just lying around here. What kind of lazy watchers are these? Most lazy guardians I've ever seen in my life. Hey, what's up? That's handy. Let's see. We have like a lot of stuff. Okay. Well, we still don't have anything cool. Why do we have 2 skill points again? I don't get it. Ah, maybe because... Ah, we finished the... I think? From the prophet last time? I have no idea. Increase your chance to apply status effect. Okay, why not? Okay, why not? See if we can find this pale guy and this other criminal. Whoa. Aldimion. Let's see.
I'll feast on your blood.
Ah, so a vampire then. That's why I'm pale like this. But we still killed you. I'm sorry. Kinda empty here. Not much to do here. Not much to see here. Huh. Not much going on. Okay. But at least he kept a journal. That's nice. A strange request indeed. I was on my evening stroll having a bite to eat in a back alley when I noticed that the imperial neck I feasted upon bore a golden medallion. I recognized the trinket at once as the sigil of the cult of the Black Worm. While I considered this, I heard the dull track of a blunt object hitting flesh and bone, and my world went black. I awoke in a cave, bound to a chair, my head throbbing with bittersweet pain. A number of hooded cultists surrounded me, each with the unmistakable gleam of murder in his eyes. I quite liked them. One of the cultists seemed different than the others, and I recognized him as their leader almost immediately. He had a cold, yet calm demeanor and seemed completely unafraid of me. He introduced himself as Abner Tharn. He was somewhat displeased that I had made my evening meal on one of his most loyal guards. Normally, he explained, I would have been discorporated for such an infraction, but he said he liked my style and my violent proclivities. He said he saw a lot of promise in me and would like to propose a mutually beneficial arrangement. If I agreed to join the worm cult, I could replace this agent. I would reside in a conveniently placed underground lair within the city limits, which would assure me a continued stream of meals along with a virtually unlimited supply of black soul gems. The agreement did sound promising, but just to play Detor's advocate, I asked what my alternative might be. In answer, Theron opened the portal to Cold Harbor right at my feet. My chair began to teeter and the screams of the damned filled my ears. Lovely to listen to, but not something I wish to experience firsthand. Needless to say, I chose servitude. Now I while away my days guarding this wretched cavern while prowling the city streets after dusk. It's not a bad existence, in fact. I've even begun to take up the study of necromancy. At some point, perhaps Town will consent to teaching me the finer points himself. Time will tell. And I have all the time in the world, don't I? Not yet anymore. So... okay. Orb of Discourse. Let's see what this slightly glowing object does. Oh!
What is the meaning of this interruption? Why have you contacted me?
I am, oops.
This is Abner Tharn. The Master and I are very busy. This had better be important. Wait a moment. I don't know your face. Identify yourself immediately.
Who? Me?
Yes, your report, you insipid twit. What, did you contact me by accident?
Forgive me, my lord, but I heard something that might be of interest to you.
Well, out with it. I don't have all day. Your disguise is terrible, by the way. You look like a character from a bad adventure novel.
Thank you very much. Someone has been asking the locals about a red guard named Sahan.
Are they? I didn't think that Redguard has-been had a single friend left. Not in this world, at any rate. Never fear. Sahan is safely locked away. Even if they were to discover his location, attempting a rescue would be suicidal.
Do you know where he is? It doesn't seem in any way suspicious if we asked it, right?
Of course I do. But I'm not in the habit of revealing vital secrets to insipid lackeys. Now be gone. And if you contact me again without good reason, I shall contact your cell commander and have you properly thrashed for your ineptitude.
Thank you, my lord. That was unpleasant. We shouldn't just touch glowing objects, I guess. That's maybe not the best course of action in a lair of a vampire and necromancer. Maybe it's not that good to do. I don't know. Just don't touch everything, and especially not shiny objects. I get that. Let's see what happens when we bring this thing and this information back to the Prophet. Let's see if we can make anything of it.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
Tarn is a pleasant character. I already can see this clearly.
Hold, adventurer! You're the one I seek.
No, you don't seek me. That must be a terrible mistake,
You there.
sorry.
How would you like to do something worthwhile?
No, I'm busy, sorry. Thank you very much, but I'm busy. I need to return to the harbor, which in the speed of light. Something like this. I guess. We're so fast, it's hard to believe that we are moving. As I said, I say a lot of weird stuff all the time, basically. But hey, we try our very best. I still think we were faster with walking. Nah, never mind. At some point we will be faster with this, I guess. I hope. That's a long loading screen. Talk to the Prophet again. Let's see what he thinks of our funny little talking experience. At least you killed a vampire, that's good, no?
You've returned. What have you found?
The cultists use orbs like this one to communicate. I spoke to Abnothan.
Abnathan shows his face again. I get the sense that he might have a larger part to play in the coming events, but for good or ill, I cannot say. Leave the orb with me. I shall be able to use it to locate Sahan.
Good luck.
Hold a moment. Come here. We need to talk.
How do you still play without the instrument in your hands?
I heard you and the Prophet talking about Abner Tharn.
Why do you dislike Tarn so much?
Didn't the Prophet tell you the story of the 5 companions?
Yeah, I heard it, but I like to hear your thoughts.
I don't know where to start. There's so much to tell.
Tell me about the 5 companions.
We were chosen by Emperor Varen to join him on a quest to recover a lost artifact called the Amulet of Kings. The 5 included Varen, myself, a red guard named Sahan, Abner Tharn, and the traitor Manimarco.
Tell me about Manimarco.
You only know him as the man who killed you and stole your soul.
Yeah.
But back then, he was Emperor Varen's most trusted advisor. It was Manimarco who convinced Varen to search for the Amulet of Kings.
Tell me about Abnothan.
Abner Tharn is Grand Chancellor of the Elder Council, and Chief Advisor to his daughter, the Empress Regent. He is also Manimarco's toady.
Tarn doesn't seem too happy working for the Worm Cult.
Tharn's first loyalty is to his family and the Empire, and he's a ruthless bastard when it comes to defending them. The Worm Cult obviously doesn't share those loyalties. Tharn would never trust them, but he's too much of a coward to betray them.
What if he got something out of it?
Maybe. But what could we offer him? He's already got more gold than the gods themselves.
I think I heard enough for now.
I know it's a lot to take in. We'll talk more later. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye on the Prophet. Hopefully that orb will help him find out where Sahan is being held. Once we know that, we can plan our next move.
Alright then. So, Friends of Rocks, we are done for today. We gained a skill point, we killed a vampire, And we still didn't know where Sahan is held. That's kinda sad. But we still have a chance in the next episode. Thank you very much for sticking with me and being part of this adventure. I see you in the next episode, I hope, where we hopefully get some new informations. Who knows? So until then, stay healthy, take care of yourself, and see you. And don't forget to like the video and hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Bye bye.